Well, what the hell, boy?
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and with the Final Fantasy event finally here, it has turned out that it's going to be running for the entirety of the next month, pretty much until Season 20 drops. And with that being the case, it has a lot of us wondering, well, what's going on with Bloodhound's Heirloom recolor, what's going on with Newcastle's sword, what happened to the Ragarmy Ragknight event, and so many more questions, along with some new content in regards to Season 20 we're going to go over today. We're going to do all that. We're also going to give out some of the Final Fantasy skins. All you guys got to do is like, comment, subscribe, and a winner will be announced in tomorrow's video. Without further ado, let's talk about what happened to these canceled events. So, we currently are in the Final Fantasy event, and something that some of you might have noticed is that this event is running all the way from January 9th to February 6th, although there is some talk about it ending on January 30th, and there was a little bit of an error on here, or at least on their blog post, but it is pretty much going until the next season. And then right after the Final Fantasy event, we're actually getting a brand new store sale, which is going to be called Lunar New Year, which takes place in February. Features skins for Crypto, Catalyst, and Seer. They look pretty cool. Overall, can't complain. But that leaves two big questions and some new changes we've actually never seen in Apex Legends before. Well, if this is how it's going to go for the rest of the season, that means that this will be the first time we've ever not received a specific Legends heirloom in a season. There is the Buster Sword, which is universal for any Legend, but because the new season starts on February 13th and this Final Fantasy event runs so long, it means that we won't get our regularly scheduled heirloom release. But that's a little confusing because we had two different events that were both found in the files that Hypermist let us know about. One was called the Ragknight Collection event. The heirloom reward was rumored to be a sword for Newcastle, and it had a bunch of legendaries for Wraith, Classic, Newcastle, Mirage, Horizon, and Ash, along with some epics. Along with that, there was the Ragarmy, which was rumored to be a Bloodhound heirloom recolor. It had legendaries for Revenant, Loba, Caustic, Maggie, Pathfinder, Elstar, Eva 8, Wingman, Spitfire, and Longbow. And the first thought might be, well, maybe it's Respawn doing a bamboozle and they just put some stuff in the files that was never going to come. But that doesn't really line up because they spent a ton of money and resources on designing the skins because Hypermist found them and was able to render them and put them up on YouTube in his video. You can see the Revenant here along with a Loba, Pathfinder, Mad Maggie, Caustic, Valkyrie, Wraith, and a Horizon. What's interesting about this event as we look at some of these skins is they're actually all recolors of former skins. So this was going to be another recolor event, and me and Oz had both heard from separate sources that the Bloodhound heirloom recolor was going to be the next one coming into the game, and that was going to follow the theme of the Ragarmy skins, aka the lava stuff. Here's a concept of what it would most likely have looked like, or something very similar to that. But then what happened to these events? Well, the first major thing could be that Final Fantasy was just way more important for the Respawn team to get done, and so they scrapped these events, or they're going to be saved for a later date as the resources have already been done to complete them. Season 19 actually had a lot of weird changes because, as you know, most of the events were titled Rag. However, for whatever reason, instead of being the season of Ragnarok, it became the season Ignite. So it seems like Respawn is shuffling events around, changing when things are going to release. In fact, if we look at Season 20, Hypermist already found some events coming up, and it's going to be the Out Urban A, Out Urban B for a collection event, Out Beast, Out Noir. There's the Anniversary, the Lunar New Year store sale, which is actually still in this season, and a Cyberpunk. We do know for a fact that Season 20 is going to kick off on February 13th with the brand new Anniversary event, as that's when they both land. And Hypermist showed us in a video that there will be legendary skins for Watson, Valkyrie, Seer, Pathfinder, Mirage, Fuse, Crypto, and Catalyst. I would imagine that the heirloom reward will most likely be heirloom shards, as that's what they've done in the past for Anniversary events. Although we do also know that there's a Crypto heirloom recolor in the files, and it does look like they're adding heirloom finishers now for the recolors, which is a great addition. But I'm really curious to see what happened with those other two events. We do know that actually, though, on January 30th, 3 Strikes will be returning. It will be going all the way until February 13th when the new Anniversary Collection event kicks off with the brand new season. It's very possible that on January 30th we get a final collection event and we see either the Bloodhound heirloom recolor or the Newcastle heirloom. It would be a crazy addition to have another collection event right after a collection event going into Season 20 starting off with a collection event, but it's EA and Respawn, and they do have that LTM coming back, so I could see that very well being a possibility. What we can also definitely look forward to is the fact that there is going to be the brand new district map. There was this found in the game files where all residents at the Electro District were told to evacuate immediately as highly toxic chemicals from the lab have compromised water and air quality, leading to the city being completely vacant, which most likely means we're coming in. And Hypermist did also find that there is a new 2-passenger version of the Trident mentioned, possibly coming soon, and that the Trident is getting new textures for the district map. So even if we don't get the Ragarmy and Ragknight event, there still seems to be a lot going on in Season 20 that should get you excited. Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts on the canceled events? Would you still like to see them come in at a future date, or are you okay with them being scrapped for newer content to come into the game? Also, if you guys are looking for some updates on the finals, which is a new FPS game that's free to play, you can check out this channel right here. And until next time, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.